Okay, fantastic. Welcome, 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 and thanks for coming to the webinar today. I've got some exciting stuff to share with you. I'm really, really excited to have you here, and I'm glad you joined me. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So today what I want to speak to you is about how good leaders are absolutely invaluable to your organisation, and how bad leaders will destroy it. And you've probably come across this in your industry already, where you've had teams that are led by really, really great leaders, and they're empowered and they're encouraged, and they feel like that they can, kick all the goals and get to those KPIs, and they're high performers, all those sorts of things. You've probably also come across, and you might have some in your organisation right now, leaders that are really struggling to do that. So they're struggling to empower their people, they're struggling to delegate, they can't get their hands off the tools, they're not having those courageous conversations, there's a bit of avoidance happening. So these leaders are the ones that can actually destroy your organisation. So we need to do something about it. So you can't afford to have poor leadership in your organisation, because if your company really wants to truly succeed, and I'm not talking just financial success, I define success as much more than that. So I define a successful company or organisation as having a product or service that really value adds to their customer and their customers' lives, a company that has a workforce and a working environment that's really, really positive and is empowering and can encourage their workers to be the best that they can be. And third, having obviously being able to have that returnable profit, right? So those three things. So if your organisation currently doesn't have those three things, then I would ask you the question, are they really, truly successful? So we're here today to talk about mainly that second one, which is all about providing a really positive working environment, and that means that leadership level. So how is that working for you currently? Because your workers can't flourish under ineffective leadership. It just can't happen, right? And you've probably experienced this already. So don't risk allowing poor leaders to lead your organisation right now, because it's going to really impact not only your performance, your productivity, but also your bottom line profits. So this is something that I want to have a chat to you about. But what can you do about it, right? So first things first, do you have first level leaders in your organisation? And if the answer is yes, I'm talking about that frontline management. You might call them team leaders, you might call them supervisors. Do you have that first level leaders in your organisation? And are they meeting your expectations? If not, why not? That's my question to you. Let me just say that you don't get people to do stuff by hitting them over the head. That's not assault. That's assault, not leadership, right? So what I'm trying to say is I have seen that. I was a team leader coach for many, many years. I've actually seen a leader hit somebody over the head and expect them to do what they ask them to do. That is assault, not leadership. And thank goodness it was many years ago. And I'm hoping that that's still not happening, right? So, so I'm hoping that's not happening in your organisation. But let me introduce myself. So welcome again. My name's Tina. I have been, I was in the military for over 20 years, going through multiple layers of leadership. When I discharged out of the military, I started working as a team leader coach, looking after multiple industries of leaders, hundreds of different leaders from multiple different companies and organisations. And again, whatever you call them, whether they're team leaders in your organisation, whether they're frontline managers, whether they're supervisors, that first level leader is where I'm really focused in on my coaching. That first level leadership is extremely important, because if you can get the foundational level skills and knowledge in place, then they will grow to be better leaders, and they can go through your talent pipeline and succession planning. If you've got leaders at that first level that are really struggling, and they're not giving the opportunity, the resources, the tools and the support to be able to become beyond their potential, then you're going to find that they're going to go through your talent pipeline and still not be great leaders. And we don't want that to happen, right? So you'll recognise these first level leaders. They're the ones that are usually never have enough time. They're always running around doing stuff and they never have enough time. They're usually the leaders that are not very effective in running their teams, and they might be struggling with meeting your expectations. So they're the leaders that I'm talking about, those ones there that are in your organisation currently. So why aren't they doing those things? Why don't they have enough time? Why are they struggling with leading their teams? Why are they not meeting their expectations or meeting your expectations? Well, it's a great question. And from my experience, there is a multitude of reasons why, but it usually comes down to three main things. It's usually either lack of support from their managers, lack of resources to get the job done, or lack of training and learning to be able to see what good looks like. They're the three main things. They're the three main things that I have found in looking after hundreds of different leaders over many, many years. They're the things that it comes down to. So what are you doing about it? So currently you might be sending your leaders off to that leadership program off-site, whether 1-2 days, whatever. They go off-site, they learn how to lead. My question to you is, how has that happened for you in the past? How has that worked for you in the past? Has it been successful? Has it set that leader up for change? Has it become ingrained and consolidated into the workplace? And has it really made a difference? What I usually get is a resounding no. There might be tweaks or little bits of pieces that you get from it, but what usually happens is your leaders go to this 1-2 day offline leadership course, and they learn how to lead whilst doing role plays and classroom discussions, which was really not impactful. I'm a learning and development specialist. I have a degree in education, so I know that this is not impactful, especially around leadership. And it doesn't work because there's no consolidation or retention of the knowledge that's given. So they come back into the workplace all enthusiastic and raring to go and thinking, yes, 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 I can now be a leader. And then over the weeks and months that follow, that retention of the knowledge that they've got has never been consolidated in the workplace. They don't keep it. It starts to diminish. And then before you know it, the leaders are going back to their default because it's so much easier to go back to default, right? So there's been no change in behaviours. There's been no change in results. The team's still underperforming. They're still not having those crucial conversations. They still got their hands on the tools doing the stuff instead of actually empowering and delegating the work. All those sorts of things are still happening. And you've just spent $1,000, $2,000 on them going to that external workshop that has had limited impact. So I have seen that happen time and time and time and time again. So over that time, while I was coaching leaders, I thought this is not good enough. What is currently on offer is not good enough. There needs to be something else out there that we can capture and we can give bite-sized pieces of information to our leaders too, because that's what they need. They need to have bite-sized pieces of information. Then they need to go into the workplace. They need to consolidate it, get into it, start exercising that courage muscle, and then come back and have another bite-sized piece of information. So that's the only way that we can take our leaders on a learning journey to be able to really, really consolidate what they're learning. So anyway, I spent the last 18 months developing a holistic program that I think is the biggest and best opportunity that's on the market currently. Yes, I did create it. However, I have also seen lots and lots of those workshops out there. I actually facilitated on a lot of those workshops out there. I've built my own leadership programs for face-to-face workshops. And let me tell you, I was doing it all the wrong way, because when I was actually in the field coaching the team leaders, they don't have time to pick up their books and work through what they're supposed to do. They don't have time to be able to watch a half-an-hour DVD on somebody explaining something, and they don't have the mental capacity to be able to try and recall that stuff that happened 3 months ago. It just doesn't work. So I took all the experience that I've been having over those years of coaching leaders, and I've brought it back to the mainstream. I spent 18 months in my office going through, designing, developing, and delivering this workshop program, this holistic program that is going to deliver something that is a new opportunity for you. And it's an investment into your leaders. And it's something that I want to share with you today. And it's really, really exciting. And bear with me when I share this with you, because I've got some really exciting bonuses at the end. So bear with me on this. Now, I want to share my screen with you so that I can show you exactly what it looks like, so you can have an insight into this holistic program. Now, remember, this is for first level leaders. It's for those level leaders that have teams of people on the floor that are really, really going to be your bread and butter. So these people are you know, making your product, delivering your service, doing all those sorts of things that is making you profit in the end of the day. So you want them to be the best that they can be. You want them to feel empowered. You want them to be able to be engaged, go that extra mile for you. And currently, if they're being led by somebody who is not making them feel that way, then you're not going to have those things happening. So ultimately, let's have a look, because I'm really, really excited to share this with you. Just to give you a bit of a heads up, it has been released to a pilot audience. It has had some amazing, amazing results come back. So I'm very, very excited to say that we feel like it's the best it can be. It's continuously being maintained, but at the moment it is absolutely on fire. So let me show you, and I'm going to share my screen with you. So bear with me for about 5 seconds while the screen changes, and I'll share my screen with you and show you what the program looks like. This is the Team Leader Toolkit unlocking portal, right? You can get access to this online wherever you are, in the workplace, away from the workplace, at home, wherever you are, you can get access to this online module, online program. Now, let me tell you this other thing too, that your leaders, whilst doing the Team Leader Toolkit unlocking portal, will not have to leave the workplace once to be able to do this. This is a holistic, impactful program that will take your leaders on a learning journey over a 12-month period. And it will take them between 4 to 5 hours a month to complete. There's no leaving the workplace for days at a time to attend workshops. There's no reading reams of documents and simulated data. There's no bulk contributions of knowledge that can be so easily forgotten and never retained. So this is a new opportunity for you to provide the information, the tools, and the resources to your new leaders that they need to successfully run their teams. So this is the unlocking portal. This is what houses the 12 monthly modules that your leader will undertake whilst in the workplace. Now, these modules have been specifically designed to target first-level leaders and what they need to reach beyond their potential, to attract, to build and equip your leaders with all the tools that they need to turn their teams into high performance. So not only do they get the month-by-month modules to increase their leadership experience, but they also get some other stuff too. But before we get into that, let's have a look. So this is the module itself. This is what it looks like on the home page. And you'll see here listed, and it's cut off here, but you'll see here listed all the modules, right? Now, what we'll do is we'll go in and we'll have a bit of a closer look. So here's the 12 modules that they will get. They will get Discover Me, Discover My Team. What is my role? What's the attributes of a great leader? How do I have those courageous conversations? How do I work in teams and get my teams to work together and collaborate? Well, who are my stars and my underperformers, and how do I deal with those people? How do I deliver a killer presentation? How do I manage stress and well-being for me and my team? How do I develop my team and empower them? How do I communicate effectively in the workplace? And then next steps for me. There's the 12 modules that they're going to go through. We'll have a closer look at one of those in a minute so you can see what's involved. But ultimately, this 12-month program, each of these modules are unlocked every 30 days. Now, I've done that purposely because I don't want people jumping ahead. These are done in an incremental and purposeful linear type program so that they can only do the modules one at a time. And it'll, as I said before, it'll take between 4 to 5 hours a month for your leaders to actually complete these. So let's have a look at one as a bit of a closer look. So this is Discover My Team. So what are they going to get? Within Discover My Team, they're going to have 5 separate lessons that they have to complete, right? What expectations do my team have of me? What expectations do I have of my team? What are my team's strengths and weaknesses? How do we create a team vision? How regular should my team and I get together? Now, each one of these lessons come with an how-to video. There's also lots and lots of text and data for those more less kinesthetic and less visual, but more auditory learners. So there's lots and lots of text that goes with it. But not only that, but on each one of these, they get a downloadable tool that they can use. So they get the how-to videos, the step-by-step instructions, and the downloadable tools in every one of these lessons so they can go and implement them into the workplace right now. And all of these things, so what are the strengths and weaknesses on my team? They actually get activities to go and work with their team to decipher what those strengths and weaknesses are, to be able to determine how can I leverage off the strengths and how can I build up the weaknesses on my team. So it's really, really relevant to today. This is just in time stuff that they can use right now. So as you can see, I'm just going to go back. All of those 12 modules will be available, but they're drip fed on a 30-day basis. So every 30 days, another one becomes unlocked. So what else do you get? So there's the 12-month program. What else do you get through this program? Because obviously that's not enough, right? So what else have I done? I also do live coaching called Q&A Thursday. So this is live coaching where I get online and your leaders can get online too, and they can ask me questions directly. Now, this works for some leaders better than others that I've found. So some leaders that have a manager that they're a little bit frightened or timid to ask questions to because this manager might deem that they should know this already, then they come to me and ask. So it gives them another safe way to be able to ask the questions they've got in their head without getting judged or feeling of any sort of consequence from it. So those Q&A Thursdays happen every Thursday and they are live. So, for example, I had a couple of questions that came through the email for this one on the June the 15th that I delivered, and it was how do I deal with conflict on my team and what are the tasks that I should never delegate? So we answered those live on the webinar and people could come in and join us. But the other great thing about this is if you've got leaders that are on night shift or afternoon shift or whatever and they might miss this Q&A Thursday, these are done live and then they are recorded and then they are uploaded onto that unlocking portal that holds all the modules so they can watch them anytime. So if they've got a question for me, they can email it to me, I'll answer it live, and then they can watch what I say. And they can get hints and tips from the other leaders that have actually come online as well. So it's a really, really great tool that they can use. So that's available for you as well. The other thing that is a fantastic part of the unlocking portal is the Team Leader Toolkit tool suite. Now this holds all the downloadable tools that your leader is going to ever need. So if they have to have a courageous conversation within the first 30 days of doing this, they don't have to wait till module 5 opens, which is courageous conversations. They can actually come in here and get the tools they need, the difficult discussion planners, the poor performance discussion planners. They can get delegation tools. They can get the elements of change model. They can get interview templates. They can get performance review guides. You name it, they can download it day one, 24/7. And this is what it looks like. So when they click on, say, the delegation tool, they will see what the delegation tool is. They'll be able to download it there and then, and they will also have instructions underneath on how to use it. So it's a total holistic type program that you've got there. So just in short, because this was just a really quick introduction, they will have this as a front page. They'll have the 12 modules down the side that will be drip fed 30 days apart. They will also have access to all the live weekly webinars that I've done in the past, so they can go back and have a watch of them, as well as the ones that are done in recent times. They'll also have access to all the tool suite that's available that holds all the tools and all those sorts of things that they need. If they need it right now, it's available to them 24/7. All right, so I'm going to get you back here. So bear with me. I'm going to call you back. Sneaky little glimpse of what the unlocking portal holds that you can then give to your leaders to equip them with all the tools, the resources, and the support that they need to be successful. So again, they're going to get the 12 monthly modules that are drip fed 30 days apart so that they can go through a learning journey over that 12-month period. They're going to get the tool suite that holds all the tools that they're going to need, and they can access that 24/7, and more tools are put on there on a monthly basis. So that's always ever building. They also get live coaching with me every Thursday called Q&A Thursday, where they can come online, they can ask me anything they want, whether that be about their team, whether that be about a process they've got, or there might be a speed hump or a pain point they're going through right now. They can ask me live those questions. Those get recorded and then uploaded so they can always replay them another time if they've forgotten what was said. It creates that safe environment for your leaders to be able to ask any questions that they want if they feel uncomfortable to ask their own internal mentors or managers. So it's just that extra tool. Now, the other things I want to explain to you as well is there's 2 bonus things that come with it as well. So the first one is I have expert secrets webinars. So I go and speak to experts in leadership. And we have an interview with them and we have a chat to them about leadership and about what's important and what's not important in leadership. And they give us their insights and their secrets of what they consider to be really, really important in that leadership space. And your leaders will get access to that through the Expert Secrets webinars. So that is a fantastic bonus. The second bonus that I've got, which I think is fantastic as well, is that I've created a community of practice. So I've created a community where all the leaders that are going through this unlocking portal can come together in the one place. They can share successes, they can share insights, they can ask problems, they can provide solutions, they can do all sorts of stuff together. Now, this is a closed Facebook site. It was the best platform that most leaders were already using. So we've made it a closed Facebook site, only accessible to people that go through the unlocking portal. So they've got lots and lots in common that they can talk about. So it gives them a touch point where they can come and ask lots of questions. And our team is on there as well. So if there's questions out there that people aren't sure about, then we can answer them themselves. So there's 2 bonuses. It's fantastic. So just recapping, the 12-month unlocking portal that holds all the modules that you saw is available. The tool suite that holds all the tools that they can download 24/7 is available. The live Q&A Thursday where they can come and connect with me every week and ask whatever question they want and get tips and hints and examples of what they can do. Not only that, it gets uploaded so that they can replay it at any time. Those 3 things are absolutely instrumental in setting your leaders up for success. Not only that, you get 2 bonuses. Number 1, the community of practice, which is the closed Facebook site that's open 24/7, so your leaders can collaborate with other leaders that are going through the program. And also our Expert Secrets webinars that we upload on a monthly basis so that your leaders can watch those and get the insights and tips from leaders in that space. So it's really, really exciting. Now, we talked about that workshop that you currently send your people on, and that would cost, I don't know, $1,000, $1,500 per person to get on them on the leadership. And we've also discussed that you've probably realised that there is limited impact with those because of the retention of the knowledge is not consolidated straight away into the workplace. So then they lose it and they don't go back to their books to try and find out what's going on. So what would you expect to pay for more a holistic program that delivers bite-sized pieces of information through the 12 monthly modules, who gives them all the tools that they need, downloadable 24/7, who provides them with support with live coaching on a weekly basis, and also those 2 bonuses of the community of practice and also the Expert Secrets webinars? What do you think that investment would be? So let me tell you, the investment for your leader to be able to take this holistic program over a 12-month journey, and it's one-off investment of $997. One-off investment of $997. That's pretty amazing value. In fact, that's a saving of over $3,000 on the cost of all those 5 things. So just to reiterate, 12 monthly modules, the tool suite with all the tools that I've got in there, the live coaching with me, the 2 bonuses of the community of practice, and also the Expert Secrets webinars are what's available for this one-off investment of $997. I'm pretty excited about it. I know this works. I've already ran it with a pilot audience of over 200 leaders in all different industries, and the results that have come back are absolutely amazing. People are loving it. Some leaders are loving the tools because they're kinesthetic and they want to hold things in their hand and they want to be able to do things. Some leaders really love the videos, the how-to videos, because they don't have to read all that text. There's in the how-to video and they can just watch it. Some leaders like to have all the step-by-step instructions because they're more autocratic and they want to be able to, you know, have that right by numbers one, you do this, by step two, you do this. So it's catering for lots of different types of learners, and it's been really, really impactful. I've had some really, really great feedback. So I do have to say this to you though. I am working with a few companies currently, and I am opening up to a few more companies and organisations to join us. This is not going to be for everybody. This is not going to be something that I put out there for the whole world to be able to do. I need to know that this is going to work for you and your leaders. I need to know that this is going to be impactful to you. So what I'd like you to do, if this is something that's interesting, if this is something that you think would work for your leaders, if you think that I can make a difference, then I want you to give me a call. I want you to have a chat to me on the phone. Let's have a chat. I've got lots of questions to ask of you. What's your current state? What are you currently doing with your leaders? Where are the gaps that you can see? What's your expectations of them? And let me really assess if this is for you. Let me really determine whether we can work together and really get those leaders into high performers. So what I'm excited to talk to you. So what I'd love you to do is click on the link, give us a call. We'll set up a conversation. We'll have a bit of a chat about it. If we're a good fit, fantastic. Let's go and do this thing. If we're not, maybe I can point you into a different direction that might be a better solution for you. But as I say, I'm only going to take on a few organisations at this stage. We're going to slowly build it up because I want to just make sure that things don't get run off and I don't get to see where things are going. So a few organisations. So if you're going to come in, then I would suggest click on the link. Let's have a chat. Let's see if this works for you and me. And if it does, let's go for it. All right. So without further ado, thank you for coming to speak to me today. I'm really, really excited that you came over and took all this information in. Hopefully it's something that you can take away and have a little bit of a ponder for. Absolutely, it doesn't cost anything to click on the link and let's have a chat about it. Let's see if this is going to work for you, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. All right, until then, keep investing in your leaders. See you. Bye.